How's it going? Thanks for being here.
It's good. It's going good.
Now, you work... I want to get right into this because I've got a lot to talk about. You work in the horror genre. You love the horror genre.
Yes.
And you've always loved horror movies. Is that correct?
Yes, I always have, ever since I was a little kid.
You just find that genre the most fascinating.
I think I got hooked on it because when I was about 5, I had this babysitter named Kiki, who looked like Squeaky Fromm. And when she was supposed to be babysitting me, taking me to the library or something, she'd sneak me off to the movies and dump me there so she could go get high with her boyfriend. And she didn't care what I watched, so I got to see all these gnarly movies really young. You got obsessed because there was always this concept with a monster taking away a beautiful girl. And I was like, that's good by me.
That's good.
I like that idea.
It sounds cool. And you grew up in kind of an unusual environment. Your family was in the carnival business, is that right?
Yeah, it didn't seem weird at the time, but like...
And I don't mean Carnival Cruise Line, I mean...
No.
I mean carnival.
And we don't mean good carnival, we mean like gnarly, nasty Midway style. You know, all the carnies that are no teeth, they're on parole, high on crystal meth, running the tilt-a-whirl for your, with your kids.
Isn't it? Don't you want the guy running the tilt-a-whirl to be on crystal meth? You'll be in charge of the giant centrifugal machine. All right.
The kids are like, can I get off? And he's like,
yeah.
Running the crank.
So you're living in that environment, and you didn't know that was a strange environment. No kid would. They would think this is probably how all kids live.
Well, me and my brother both had to do this all the time, and we hated it. We thought it was boring. Because we'd just be there all, like, carnival's great, except not 7 days a week all day long. You're like, oh, dear God,
Right.
So.
And so you stayed inside and you watched a lot of television, is that right?
Yeah, I never left the house. I hated going outdoors. I wanted to be in air conditioning at all times. So what I would do is, I didn't know this was weird either. I would just sit there all day. I would never leave the house. And then one day I was, like 4th grade, the teacher's like, for some reason, how much TV do you watch? Everyone write down how much TV a day you watch. And everyone writes down, I don't know, half an hour, an hour. And I wrote down 9 hours. Because it was. I would get up early.
That was the truth, was 9 hours a day.
I wasn't trying to be, in 4th grade, you're not trying to be funny. Well, maybe, some people, but not me.
Desperately was, yeah, but...
But I would get up extra early before school so I could watch TV. And then I would run home from school as fast as possible and sit there until I fell asleep. Well, I just put in 9 hours a day.
And did that, I mean...
I literally would get up and watch the Crop Report, because it was the only thing on TV that early. When they used to have the Crop Report.
The Crop Report is underrated, by the way.
No, I'd be like, oh, Mom, soybeans are not doing well in the Midwest.
Did that alter your sense of reality, that you would watch that much TV?
It did, because sometimes I think back on stuff and I confuse my own life with TV kids' lives. And I'd be like, man, that was great when we had that potato sack race. And I'll go like, wait, no, that was like the Brady Bunch. I
can kind of relate to that,
Because the worst was for like 20 years, I thought I had a sister named Marcia that I hit in the face with a football. My nose.
Right.
I felt bad for a long time.
And it hurt you,
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Now, you're making a horror scene. When you want to make it as horrific and scary as possible. How do you know when you've achieved a truly horrific horror scene? When do you know you've scored a hit?
Well, yeah, that's the trick. But someone said something to me yesterday. I was at somewhere, and they had just seen the movie. And there's this one particular scene that if you see it, you will definitely know. And she said, I love the movie. And that one scene, I threw up in my mouth a little bit when I saw that part. Which is disgusting, to be sure. But I was like, I guess that's a good review.
Yeah, in your world, that's like 2 thumbs up.
Apparently
How much did you throw up in your mouth?
She said just a little. Enough to swallow it back down.
All right. Wow.
I'm assuming she didn't...
I'm plugging this now. Does this come out?
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You're on the right show. Now, you work a certain theme, which is you like to have a bad clown, an evil clown in your movies.
So far, yeah.
A clown who's truly an evil person. Where does that idea come from?
Well, clowns are just pathetic. And they're always, and they're disgusting. They're always filthy. And even just the other day, I was driving, stopped the red light, look over. There's this filthy clown, like, holding an open house sign. Makeup's running down his face, he's filthy. Yet they're always parading for clown rights. They're out there with their little umbrellas and filthy chihuahuas and their little cars. Like, we want to be treated like equals.
Where are these parades? I haven't seen the clown rights parade.
No, remember when Shakes the Clown came out?
Right.
Everyone was pissed off at Bobcat because of that, because he was making fun of clowns, and they're horrible.
So you like an evil? Did you have a bad experience as a child?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I didn't remember this, but my dad was obsessed with his Super 8 camera, and I just saw these films recently, and it's him. Well, actually, he's filming, and it's my mom trying to hand me to Ronald McDonald. But it's like a, kind of a weird-looking, bad Ronald McDonald. It might have even been a woman.
Right.
And I'm screaming in terror, and they just keep pushing me towards this clown, and I'm like fighting him off.
And so you knew even then something was wrong.
Well, this is like freak with the giant red hair and this, with a big M.
What's wrong with
the
it?
hair is going like this. Oh.
Well, that's all the time we have. That is all the time we have.